Warren Buffett, How to Get Rich for Beginners. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. Warren Buffett, How to Get Rich for Beginners. So make sure to watch the full video. At first, I thought the supervisor of my nearby Jimmy John's was only a tremendous Warren Buffett fan. However, at that point, I did some exploration on the web, and I figured out that this equivalent plaque can be found in Jimmy John's cafes the whole way across the country. For what reason are these plaques in Jimmy John's? Indeed, that stays a secret. As may be obvious, there is no association between the eateries in Berkshire Hathaway and no association between organizer/proprietor Jimmy John Leotard and Warren Buffett. For reasons unknown, the 10 standards themselves were not composed by anybody from Jimmy John's. Rather, they come from an article by Alice Schroeder, writer of the incomparable Warren Buffett history, The Snowball. Called 10 Methods for Getting Rich, Warren Buffett's Mysteries. Absent a lot further ado, here are Warren Buffett's 10 standards to get rich, the graciousness of Jimmy John's. Number 1. Reinvest your profits. Warren is familiar with the force of accumulating funds. Assuming that you have a $1,000 venture procuring 10% each year, that implies you're getting compensated $100 in real money like clockwork. On the off chance that you spend that cash, it's go on everlastingly, and you'll constantly be making $100 each year. Nonetheless, you can reinvest that cash at a similar high pace of return. Then, at that point, in year 2, you will procure 10% on not $1,000, yet on $1,100, and that implies you'll get compensated $110, not $100. This distinction increments dramatically over the long run. Assuming you keep reinvesting your benefits, by year 10 you'll procure more than $235 consistently. For this reason, Berkshire Hathaway doesn't deliver a profit. Warren Buffett realizes that he can reinvest that cash once more into Berkshire's business or get other business and procure a higher pace of return than a singular financial backer would have the option to acquire if they reinvest their profit. Subscribe to my Telegram channel. There I share different ways for you to earn money daily and exclusive content. Link in description. Number 2. Be willing to be different. Try not to put together your choices with respect to what everybody is talking about or doing. At the point when Buffett started overseeing cash in 1956 with $100,000 cobbled together from a modest bunch of financial backers, he was named a weirdo. He worked in Omaha, not on Money Road, and he wouldn't let his accomplices know where he was putting their cash. Individuals anticipated that he'd fall flat. However, when he shut his organization 14 years after the fact, it was worth more than $100 million. There's something off about Ben Graham, the dad of significant worth financial planning, used to say that, assuming others concur with you, you're correct in the event that your realities and examination are correct. You should figure freely as a financial backer, and this truly intends that on occasion you should be unique and to stand separated from the group. Try not to simply indiscriminately follow the group. The stock financial backer is neither set in stone, since others concurred or contradicted him. He is correct on the grounds that his realities and examination are correct. Ben Graham. Number 3. Never suck your thumb. Accumulate ahead of time any data you really want to pursue a choice, and ask a companion or comparative to ensure that you adhere to a cutoff time. Buffett highly esteems quickly deciding and following up on it. He refers to any pointless sitting and thinking as thumb-sucking. At the point when Warren Buffett thinks he has a smart thought, he doesn't simply test the water temperature with his toe. He bets on everything. This is extremely uncommon in the venture world, in which numerous people will take little situations to follow specific stocks, or will not permit any one stock to contain over 10%, or another erratic rate, of their absolute portfolio. Warren Buffett accepts that whenever you're given an open door, you should pursue it with all that you have. Number 4. Spell out the deal before you start. Your bartering influence is consistently most prominent before you start some work. That is the point at which you bring something to the table for that the other party needs. Buffett realized this illustration the most difficult way possible as a youngster when his granddad Ernest recruited him and a companion to recover the family supermarket after a snowstorm. The young men endured 5 hours scooping until they could scarcely fix their frozen hands. A while later, his granddad gave the pair under 90 pennies to part. Warren Buffett doesn't arrange. He is extremely clear with the value he will pay to procure an organization, yet he won't go this way and that trying to set out some reasonable compromise. His arrangements are live with or without it bargains, yet he's ready to finish them, since he generally offers a sensibly fair cost. Number 5. Watch small expenses. Buffett puts resources into organizations run by administrators who fixate on the littlest expenses. He once procured an organization whose proprietor included the sheets and rolls of 500-sheet tissue to check whether he was being cheated. He was. He likewise respected a companion who painted just the side of his place of business that confronted the street. There is an entertaining tale about Warren Buffett and his old buddy Bill Dawes, the two most extravagant individuals in the whole world, when they were visiting China together in 2010. It was noon, and Warren and Bill were ravenous, so they chose to eat something at McDonald's. After they got past the line and put in their request, it became time to pay. Charge Dawes ventured into his wallet, however. Warren Buffett halted him, saying, "Bill, don't stress this one's on me," and continued to take out a pile of coupons that he had carried with him from Omaha. Try not to squander cash. A major contrast between his being modest or miserly, for example, not being willing to open your satchel strings to pay for anything, and being thrifty, for example, setting aside cash in shrewd ways at every possible opportunity, and never paying more than the worth you're getting consequently. Number 6. Limit what you borrow. Buffett has never acquired a critical sum, not to contribute, not so much for a home loan. He has got numerous appalling letters from individuals who thought their acquiring was sensible, however became overpowered by obligation. His recommendation: haggle with leasers to pay your best. Then, when you're sans obligation, work on setting aside a cash that you can use to contribute. Warren Buffett is a gamble-loath fellow, and he frequently says that he never needs to be in a position where he or Berkshire Hathaway is depending on another person for monetary help. As a matter of fact, Berkshire's unshakable monetary steadiness and money holds permits Warren Buffett to be profoundly sharp during market declines, as occurred in 2008 when Berkshire made huge, life-saving credits and exceptionally delicious interests in organizations like Harley-Davidson, Goldman Sachs, and General Electric. Number 7. Be persistent. With industriousness and resourcefulness, you can win against a more settled contender. Buffett procured the Nebraska furniture shop in 1983 in light of the fact that he preferred the way its pioneer, Rose Blumkin, carried on with work. A Russian outsider, she incorporated the shop from a second-hand store into the biggest furniture store in North America. Her technique was to undersell the top dogs, and she was a cold-blooded mediator. Warren Buffett's right-hand man, Charlie Munger, has a decent meaning of assiduity. It implies sitting on your butt until you make it happen. Not considerably more to say on this. You'll confront difficult times and difficult stretches throughout everyday life. You simply have to stay relentless and keep on crushing through it. Number 8. Know when to quit. Once, when Buffett was a youngster, he went to the circuit. He bet on a race and lost. To recover his assets, he bet on another race. Once more, he lost, passing on him with don't near anything. He felt wiped out. He had wasted almost 7 days' income. Buffett never rehashed that mix-up. Keep in mind, you don't have to return the manner in which you lost it. Assuming you understand that your unique venture proposition for a specific stock is broken, then now is the right time to sell it and tap out. Track down the following best speculation opportunity and put your cash in that. In Silicon Valley, many new businesses case the adage, bomb quick. This truly intends that assuming you will fall flat, you'd improve to remember it rapidly, gain something from it, and continue on. Number 9. Assess the risk. In 1995, the business of Buffett's child, Howie, was blamed by the FBI for cost fixing. Buffett encouraged Howie to envision the most horrendously awful and best-case situations, assuming he remained with the organization. His child immediately understood that the dangers of remaining far offset any likely gains, and he quit the following day. Warren Buffett makes a decision about risk uniquely in contrast to the majority of the remainder of the speculation world. On Money Road and MBA homerooms the nation over, the risk is frequently inseparable from instability. Buffett conflicts. Buffett says that chance is just the likelihood of losing your underlying venture. What's more, it's not something that you can relieve through enhancement, choices, or another portfolio the board system. For Buffett, the supposition of chance is a double choice. It's a go or off-limits decision. In the event that there is a risk, Buffett remains away. Number 10. Know what success really means. In spite of his abundance, Buffett doesn't quantify accomplishment by dollars. In 2006, he promised to offer nearly his whole fortune to noble cause, fundamentally the Bill and Melinda Entryways establishment. He's resolved about not subsidizing landmarks to himself. No Warren Buffett structures or lobbies. At the point when you get to my age, you'll quantify your progress in life by the number of individuals you need to have love you really love you. That's all anyone needs to know. There are no rich individuals in the graveyard. An individual who is well off in companions and connections can be more extravagant than the individual with the most cash on the planet. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.